Hey, welcome to Beyond the Barricade. This is Papa Denk, your host. I got a very special guest with me, Mr. Fighter Cat, right
Fighter
here.
Cat in the building.
Fighter Cat's in the building. How you doing, bud?
Doing good, doing good.
Great. All right, so what made you want to be a professional wrestler?
It's kind of a long story. I'll try to shorten it up as much as I can.
Take your time.
As a kid, to be honest, I wasn't that much into wrestling. Every now and then on a full moon, I would watch SmackDown and Monday Night Raw.
Right.
The most memorable moment that I saw on that television watching the wrestling was Vince McMahon and Ric Flair both were managers of Raw and SmackDown, and they were gunning for Stone Cold Steve Austin to have on their respective plans. And it seemed as though Vince was going to be the one to
Sign him?
sign Stone Cold. But it just so happened to be April Fool's Day, so he gave him the Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh, nice.
And then he also gave Ric Flair the Stunner, too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but after high school, for me, I was trying to find what my future was going to be. And every time I would come home from my boring-ass job, pardon my French, I would always tune into Raw and SmackDown. And I would always be mesmerized by the action in the ring, the crowd reaction, the passion that all the wrestlers had. And it got me thinking, why not try wrestling?
Yeah.
Cool. At the time I was in Georgia, so I had to move back up to New York where I was born.
Right.
That's where I found school, Victory Pro Wrestling.
The Victory Pro Wrestling School, at the time they had a school open.
At the time they had a school. We don't have a school now, but now I train periodically every week at Creative Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
I'm fortunate enough to take me here.
That's awesome. Who inspired you to be a wrestler? Like, what superstar would you say, hey, I want to...
I'd have to say Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. For me, being 5'10", I felt like in the land of the giants, you really have nowhere to go. But Daniel proved that theory wrong. Look at him.
Yeah, he transcends it.
He's been a tag team champion. He's been Intercontinental champion, U.S. champion, WWE champion. He's done it all. He's proved that the little man can survive in the big world, and that gave me a purpose to continue.
He was carrying both belts at one time.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I agree with you. All right, cool. Who has been your toughest opponent?
My toughest opponent, I would have to say Jay Delta.
Jay Delta.
I have faced that man for the New York State title on multiple occasions, one of which was a blindfold match. I was fortunate enough to win that.
That's awesome.
But he just kept gunning for that title, and eventually he was able to take that title away
He
from
took
me.
it away from you.
Yeah,
That Jay Delta guy.
honestly.
What is the origin of your mask?
The origin of my mask was actually a little help from the original founder of Victory Pro Wrestling, Sean.
Okay.
He also helped train me every now and then in the ring. Whenever I was on the outside, he would give me some advice here and there. And he was also telling us stories about certain ideas, one of which was saying that WWE should have a lion tamer gimmick.
Right.
Like a wrestler goes to the ring with an actual tiger or a lion and just be a lion tamer. And I thought, why not a cat? Why not a cat mask? So I looked up Battle Cat, I looked up Black Cat, Tiger Mask also, and I was into the cat gimmick, and that's how Fighter Cat was born.
Nice. It works for you, buddy.
Yep, it does.
Well, you already touched upon your New York State Championship rivalry with Jay Delta. How did you come up with the cat splash?
The cat splash? That's a very interesting question. I'm not sure either how I came up with that.
Just came into it by
It
accident?
just came into it by accident. I was
It's a pretty cool finisher.
I was trying multiple gimmicks out when I was starting off, and one of which was a karate gimmick. And originally, it was known as the karate splash.
Karate splash?
I wasn't really feeling the karate gimmick. That's when the cat gimmick started coming in.
Right.
Eventually, I started calling it the cat splash.
It's catchy though.
Yep.
Which opponent would you like to face next?
The opponent that I would like to face next.
You haven't faced at all.
A good question. I would like to have a one-on-one match with Mr. Tibbs,
Mr.
the savior
Tibbs.
of wrestling.
Savior of
He's
wrestling.
one of the guys in this business on this venue that I have not faced yet.
Really?
I would love an opportunity to face him.
You hear that, Kevin? Fighter Cat versus you.
Think about it.
Steel
Think
cage
about
match.
it.
Think about it. Who do you go to for advice on like your wrestling career, like what you should do and how you should, maybe do something better? Like who did you go to for that? Like who would be your mentor?
My mentor. I would say like multiple times I've gone to Sean for advice when at the time Ricky Reyes, he was also giving us his input and teaching us how to work the ring and stuff like that.
Right.
I would go to him for advice. Nowadays, there's a couple of people that I go to for advice. One of which is Brian Myers, aka Kurt Hawkins in WWE. He's a trainer at the Crowd Show, as well as Pat Buck. He trains us. We go to him for advice, and also some of the students in general. Some of the veterans who are students at that school, they give us advice. They critique us on what we could do better,
right.
and whether or not it's actually good in the ring. So,
All right, that's good.
it's good to listen from the students as well.
Absolutely. We all learn from each other.
Yes.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be a wrestler? Some of your young fans.
If you truly want to go down this path, I would say persistence. Persistence is the key to staying in that ring. Whether it's blood, sweat, tears, that whole stereo.
Just keep at it.
Yeah, just keep at it. Don't ever give up.
Character development.
Yep.
Awesome. So what does Spider Cat do for fun?
What do I do for fun? I'd have to say my life is pretty boring. I mean, other than wrestling, which I love, I play video games.
All right. Are you a Fortnite guy?
I am a Fortnite guy. I haven't played it in a while. Recently, I've been trying to finish a couple of games that I've had sitting on my shelf for who knows how long. And
Fortnite's the game right now.
it is. I also play Overwatch. I love Overwatch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a good shooter game.
Awesome. How did you and Grammar Cop end up teaming up?
Grammar Cop, that is also a long story. But we started off at the same time. We were both students under Victory Pro Wrestling. We also transitioned to Creative Pro Wrestling. I mean, there was some tension with us in the ring every now and then, but we just found a way to connect with certain things in that ring.
You guys had a great match tonight.
Thank you.
It was really good.
Thank you very much. We try our best.
Yeah, I can tell. You guys are awesome.
Yep. I tried to get him to put on that cat mask. It worked. It did.
It did.
Yeah.
He wore it. That's right.
He's gonna have me wear one of his shield vests.
His shield vest. Yes. What has been your best match, you would say, in any federation?
Let's see. I would have to say my matches with VSK.
VSK?
Yep. When I was first going after the New York State Championship, he really brought my A game out. He really, I had to.
He pushed you, huh?
Yeah, he pushed me. I had to put it all in there just to get that title, and it worked. It was one of my favorite matches, one of my memorable matches. That helped me gain the New York State title, and without all that experience, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Well, he's going to be missed here at BPW.
Yeah, he is.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Bring it on.
Is there a Mrs. Spider Cat? I'm sure your female fans would like to know.
Ladies, you'll be happy to know that there is no Mrs. Spider Cat.
No Mrs. Spider Cat.
No Mrs. Spider Cat. So if you wanna try something, go ahead.
Hey, there you go. If you can't get in touch with Spider Cat, get in touch with me. I'll forward the messages if you need to.
I'm a gentle cat.
What has been your best fan interaction?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Your best fan interaction that you've had with
My best fan interaction, I would say when I was doing birthday parties, when I was first training off in Victory Pro Wrestling. I had my first birthday match, and afterwards I lost the match. But as I was leaving, I put my hand up, let the crowd know that I was still kicking, and all the kids in the room, they just got out of their seats and they started giving me high fives and all that stuff. And one of the kids, a little girl, said that you are awesome. And it's a heartwarming feeling just to see the kids, to let them know that even that I lost, I was able to entertain them in such a way.
That's awesome. That's a good story. What does the future hold for Mr. Fighter Cat?
The future? Well, seeing as how I'm tagging with Grammar Cop now, I've already gone after the New York State title, so I have a keen interest in the tag team division. I would love to be a tag team champion in Victory Pro Wrestling.
Wow, so you're going to go after the titles with Grammar Cop against Bryce and
Bryce
Johnny
Donovan
Collins?
and Johnny Collins. Guys, look out, because me and Grammar, we're coming for those titles eventually.
Oh boy, watch out guys. Grammar Cop and Fighter Cat are coming for you, for those belts. Anything else you would like to say before we head on out?
Well, this is the second interview show that I've done, so it's been an honor for you to have me as your guest.
Thank you for coming on, and I'll see you guys around. Stay tuned.
Thank you very much.